The meta, a term that has shaped the FIFA community and often divided it throughout the past few years. Using and abusing the game's most broken formations, mechanics, skill moves and finishes to play as good and efficiently as possible and to win. Well, what if I told you there was another way to be a good player? Another way that's going to allow you to win most of your matches comfortably and climb all the way up into the elite division by playing simple and beautiful football. Today we say goodbye to the meta and we go back to the fundamentals of FIFA. Hey guys, it is Cruzabe again, and today I'm here to teach you old school FIFA. One fundamental skill for defending, build-up and attacking each. Let's start off with defending. Oh, and by the way, before I forget guys, do you personally think that the meta has destroyed FIFA? Let us know in the comments down below. Alright, let's jump into the video. When it comes to defending, one of the most important things is to be ready for anything the opponent is throwing your way. That's why a fundamental defensive skill lies in positioning yourself in a way that allows you to defend multiple options at once. When you get better at anticipating, it can happen quickly that you fully commit towards one side because you think the opponent is going there. And if you're right, that's great, because you're most likely going to win the ball. However, if you're wrong, then you got a problem. So what you need to do is quickly analyze the different options your opponent has and take a position from which you can impact each single one. We are in a little bit of a tricky spot here, as the opponent is able to play forward with tempo. If we pause the scene here, there are two major options for the opponent. He can either pass the ball onto his other striker who is in a promising position, or he can try and go into a dribbling himself to push inside the box. Our job is to position in a way that allows us to cover the passing option, but at the same time also keeps us in reach to a potential dribbling move. That's what the opponent decides for in the end, as he pushes forward with a heel to heel. That's no problem though, because we are ready for this option, and so by cutting him off we're able to win the ball back. You just never want to leave one door wide open for the opponent and invite him to walk through. Instead, keep both doors half open and close them right when the opponent tries to walk through. It can be situations as simple as this one. The opponent has a passing option on the wing and we control our center back. And instead of committing to covering the through ball or covering the short pass, we just position in the middle of the two, and this way tempt the opponent. He tries to go for the through ball and we intercept it easily. You're going to be surprised how often opponents play into your cards if you defend like this. To make the most out of your positioning, it's also important to watch the opponent's ball contacts and to defend proactively. These are two more fundamental defending skills that we cover in our free course over on the Guide Plus. You can simply click the first link in the description and watch 3 in-depth videos that are featuring 2 more fundamentals for build-up and attacking as well. So make sure to not miss out on that. Now, build-up is pretty much the other side of the medal compared to defending. When you defend, you try to figure out what the opponent is up to in his attack. When you're the one attacking, then you need to figure out what the defending opponent thinks you're up to. How do you do that? By watching his selected defender. This is the fundamental skill for build-up and many players have not mastered it yet. You can't be fully occupied by looking at your player when dribbling or looking at your teammates to scout good passing options. The most promising passing opportunity does not mean anything if the opponent is selecting a close-by defender and covering it. So make a habit of always having vision on that little white triangle above the defender's head. Which player does the opponent have selected and how is he moving? What is he trying to defend? This will make it much easier to counter him. So in this clip, we win the ball in our own half and play our first pass forward. Right away, we can see that the selected defender is aggressively pushing towards us and we're about to get pinched. By just letting the ball bounce back first touch, we can get away from that pressure easily. Now the defender close to us gets selected, and so we take the ball away with a ball roll upwards and then pass to our fullback. We would like to continue the play forward, but the opponent selects his winger and covers that pass. Because we see that early, it's no big deal, we just turn around and pass back to our center mid. Now we are getting aggressed on once again, and so we turn away in time and play back on the wing. And the opponent this time switches early and heavily commits to covering the next natural pass for us, which is towards our striker. You can see though how a little bit later it comes back to bite him, because we don't fall for his trap as we are watching what he's doing with his selected defender. Our striker now makes a run into the open space behind the fullback, and that's the pass we play. You can see how easy it really is to counter your opponent by simply knowing what he's up to. So make sure to internalize this concept and you're going to lose the ball much less in build-up. I will say one thing right away for attacking. It is definitely the most meta-dependent aspect of FIFA, because without the strongest skill moves, mechanics and finishes, you're going to have a harder time. It's as simple as that. However, there is an important fundamental skill that has nothing to do with those. Increasing the speed of your attack when you're trying to create a chance. This has to do with passing, simple passing. And what you need to understand is that the more time you're giving the opponent to react to your latest action, the easier it's going to be for him to get into a good defensive position and correct mistakes. So when you do see an attacker being free in a good position and a passing combination opening up, then play one-touch football. Two-touch is as slow as you can get, but one-touch is still much better. Here we have a typical spot in which we're able to play from outside towards inside. As soon as I see my winger coming back and then my two strikers in the center being somewhat open as well, I know right away that that is going to be our passing combination. Now it's time to execute quickly to make the opponent fumble his player switching and positioning. So we play two one-touch passes, and as you can see, the opponent is still trying to defend against our first striker, while we are already one step ahead and have enough space to finish the chance with CR7. Here's another example. This time our attack is moving much more forward. And after adding our midfielder into the play nicely by delivering him a through ball into his run, we spot that there is forward motion on our right side as well, and we have lots of space to work with. Make sure to not lose any time in spots like these. Two first touch passes, the second one being a through ball, allow us to deliver the ball right to our winger that's making the run. It's just a shame that Vinny didn't score this one top bins, because otherwise it would have been a beautiful football goal. Now, if this last scene makes you wonder why your attackers are never moving into open space so nicely, then make sure to check out our video on creating movement in your attack next. It's linked right here. Also, don't forget about the fundamentals course on the Guide Plus. I'll talk to you all in the next one. See you then, much love, peace!